what's up, you guys? Thomas back with another SnackLin review over at this channel. We put it in our mouth so you don't have to. Anyways, we are here with a beverage. Now, if you guys are new to this channel and maybe you've just stumbled across this review, if you take a look at the previous videos on my channel, you will see that I review plenty of other items, fast foods, beverages, snacks, health foods, vegetables, fruits, whatever it is. If it goes in your mouth, we review it so you don't have to. Occasionally the wife will be here, my son, daughter, someone might just occasionally pop up on this video. But today we are discussing a beverage today, okay? Now, who doesn't like a good Irish cream? Bailey's, I think that Jameson might have one. Mudslide, anything that's got that creamy whiskey base. Who doesn't like that at all? And the holidays are the perfect season for the creamy beverages, the creamy adult beverages. And if you're anything like me, you like to sip on a creamy beverage. And today I got one right in front of me. Now this comes from, let me see, it comes from Brown County, Indiana. This is from the Hard Truth Distilling Company out there in Brown County, Indiana. This is called their Maple Bourbon Cream. So a bourbony cream. So made with Indiana straight bourbon whiskey and real maple syrup and cream. So it's nice and frosted. I was hoping this thing didn't freeze up, and I don't think it did. I don't think that freezes in a freezer, but it was sitting in the freezer ever since last night. So I pulled it out and I was like, oh my God, it's gonna be frozen. But luckily it did not freeze up. So we are able to enjoy this on this festive Merry Christmas Day, and hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Christmas as well. So let's get into this bad boy, and I'll let you know if it is worth the $10 that I paid for. Now, Myers had this on sale for $10. I don't know what the price was, originally, but I'm assuming this is probably about a $20 bottle of bourbon cream. Okay, so maple bourbon cream. Again, a little bit different. So bourbon whiskey instead of Irish whiskey. I think the difference between the two, like an Irish whiskey and a bourbon, from my general taste buds, is Irish seems to have just a slightly bit more sweetness to it, where the bourbons are more a little bit rough. So think of it almost like a wine. You got your sweet wines and then you got your dry. So bourbon to me is a little bit more dry, whereas Irish it got a subtle sweetness to it. So let's see what this is all about. Again, nice little cork top, so makes it a little bit more fancy than just unscrewing the cap. And here we go. We got this nice, beautiful glass, great for sipping adult beverages. And here we go for that first pour. Let's see what it's like. It's got a slightly different color than Irish cream. Looks a little bit more close to that Irish cream, but this looks a little bit more like, I don't even know what the hell the color is. Almost like an almond milk. Okay, how almond milk looks. Okay. So we put that back on, and looking at about 30 proof. So again, when you see 30 proof, you just slash that in half, and that's the alcohol by volume. So 15% alcohol in this thing right here. Okay, so here we go. Does have a nice syrupy, kind of mapley smell. Definitely getting that bourbon is really creeping through. Nice. Now that's the thing, man. When it comes to just drinking straight up bourbons and your whiskeys, man, those some of them are harsh, And this kind of, I don't drink often, but when I come across a nice deal like this, I'll give it a try. So here we go. But when you're drinking the whiskeys, some of them are really harsh, and you really got to take it slow to, pinpoint your different notes, your oaks, your, bourbony, barrels, tastes, all that. Okay, so here we go. I'm going over here. Hard Truth. Ooh. Ooh. You know, this is a, wow. That's nice hard truth. Hard truth. You guys got the truth right here in this bottle. When it first hits your tongue, your mouth, you kind of, you get that straight, almost as if it's letting you know that the whiskey is there. Okay. As soon as that is gone, which is in like literally seconds, you get that bourbony cream, that maple syrupy, very velvety, luscious, creamy, smooth. Oh, yeah. That is a nice sipper right there. Now, the only problem with this beverage, and I will see this being an issue with some people, I do like it. Very syrupy, very mapley. You definitely get that bourbony whiskey taste, okay? If you're not a whiskey and bourbony taste, you know, connoisseur, you don't like that whiskey, that kind of harsh brown liquor, you're probably not going to enjoy this. But if you do like these Irish creams, your mudslides, if you're a big fan of that, you're going to like this. However, the only issue I have with this, and again, it's not going to be, you know, this doesn't mean it's going to be bad for everybody. But for me, this is one where you are definitely going to need ice. And two, you aren't going to, I don't think you can drink this one as much. Like, I mean, what I just had in there was like about maybe a shot and a half, maybe about a 3-ouncer in this glass. It's hard to just drink this straight up. You need to sip it, because here's the problem. It is super duper sweet. Really, really sweet. And that's the one thing that is kind of off-putting about this particular beverage. Now again, you get that bourbon, you get the whiskey, you get the maple, you get that syrupy, that creamy, luscious, velvety texture, which is very, very lovely. Everything about it is very, very nice. Very nice flavors. Everything is really, really on point, besides the overall sweetness of this beverage. And that's why I say, this is, even taking this as a shot, if you would take this as a shot, would be just too sweet in my opinion. So this, you're definitely going to want that ice, maybe even just put a little bit of water in here just to mellow it out a little bit, maybe tone down on that sweetness. But overall, this is definitely this is not a must buy if you like Irish creams or anything like that. I feel like those are sweet, but not as sweet as this. Both of those are pretty sweet too. Mudslides and your what is it? Your White Russians are kind of sweet. Sometimes they're not overly sweet because you're just adding a little cream. But this right here, pretty sweet. And that is the only downfall on this beverage right here. It's the only complaint. Other than that, it is a dang good beverage. Again, just one glass. That's all you need. Maybe you can even just add this to a nice cup of coffee, just to add yourself a nice little sweetness to that coffee. If you like cream in your coffee, just add a little bit of liquor in that coffee, would be very nice. But again, as a standalone beverage and as something to just sip on or just drink, I would pass on this one. Okay, but if you were to add this in the coffee, or maybe ice it up a little bit, maybe add some water to tone down that sweetness, then maybe you got something going here. But as is, again, very, very good, very good. Again, I think it's probably high quality. Everything in here it tastes very good. The bourbon, the syrup, the maple, everything tastes on point, except it's just a little bit too sweet. Other than that, go check this one out. Hard Truth Maple Bourbon Cream. So, there you guys have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I enjoyed making it, enjoyed doing it, enjoyed tasting it. Peace out.